Hello, I'm Kelly Jansen, and I'm going to be refuting physician assisted suicide. Is physician assisted suicide right or wrong? Well, from the two words assisted suicide, it sounds completely illegal, and it sounds like a murder charge. But there's actual factual information in one individual who committed over 130 assisted suicides and got away with it. Is that right or wrong? I will be discussing what physician assisted suicide is, euthanasia, uh, Jack Kavorian, and facts already in effect about physician assisted suicide. What is physician assisted suicide? Physician assisted suicide from nlink.lurie.northwestern.edu states that physician assisted suicide is when a physician provides the necessary means for one individual to take his own life, meaning he gives him the drug and the individual uh, who is depressed or ill takes his own life. What is and correction? What is euthanasia? Euthanasia is a Greek word which means good death. Euthanasia is simply bringing relief by alleviating pain and suffering. Euthanasia is practiced in Europe, and one of the number one leading countries in Europe is the Netherlands. The Netherlands practice euthanasia, which is 96% of all euthanasian cases are by lethal injection. All right, so physician-assisted suicide. The leading physician-assisted suicide individual, known as Jack Kavorian, also known as Dr. Death, has taken more than 130 deaths by physician-assisted suicide, and he has gotten away with it. He was tried from 1990 to 1994. LawDigest.uslegal.com gives information about Jack Kavorian, and that's where I found that information. Jack Kavorian was tried in Michigan Supreme Court. And healthcare.findlaw.com states that there's no U.S. Constitution that provides any right to physician-assisted suicide. And it also states that the laws regarding whether doctors can administer treatment to assist with ending life is varying from state to state. So it can be legalized. And it actually is legalized in Oregon. Debts.washington.edu states that the citizens in Oregon passed the Oregon Death with Dignity Act on November 16, 1994, by a margin of 51% to 49%. So it was a tight race. What is the Oregon Death with Dignity Act? Well, it's several different laws that one has to meet for actually someone to take a physician-assisted suicide into effect. These laws include patients must be at least 18 years of age, they must be suffering from a terminal illness with a life expectancy of 6 months or less. The patient must make 2 oral requests for assistance in dying. The patient must make 1 written request for assistance. The physicians must be convicted that the patient is secure, not acting on a whim, and that the decision is voluntary. The patient must not be influenced by depression. The patient must be informed of feasible alternates such as hospice care and pain control care. The patient must wait 15 days between the verbal requests as well. So if they meet all those requirements, they can actually get away with physician-assisted suicide. So those are very tight laws, but individuals also have their own rights. Individuals actually have the right to refuse medical care as well. and that's stated from healthcare.findlaw.com. Also, if one of them is also known as in the state of a vegetable, a family may actually request the pull the plug words where he is actually put down to rest. The state of Washington, Montana have recently legalized physician-assisted suicide. Also on May 20th, 2013, doctor-prescribed suicide become a legal medical treatment in the state of Vermont. NLink-Lurie-Northwestern.edu also states that, based on a recent study, 57% of physicians practicing today have actually received a request for physician-assisted suicide in some form or another. So, judging off that information, there are several individuals who actually are requesting physician-assisted suicide and may want to take their life if they are suffering. There are a few states that have actually passed the law stating that one can actually take a life, and physician-assisted suicide is legal today in a few states, and it can be, it could possibly become more known as other states get on board as well. So I don't see physician-assisted suicide being a problem if an elderly is actually suffering, and you actually read the Oregon dignity laws, which were pretty tight. You know that you're going to die, and you've been briefed on pain control and hospice care. So I think it should be right for an individual to end his own life, seeing how he has his own rights. Thank you for your time.